Mr. Mulaudzi, thank you very much for availing yourself this morning. So how did the Christmas long weekend fare?
Good morning, Ausduduzile, and morning to the viewers out there. Yes, the Christmas weekend was very quiet. We want to acknowledge our residents out there in terms of the conduct over the Christmas weekend. So far, we didn't have any major incidents which were reported in our jurisdiction. Maybe it's because of the proactiveness as a department. We have taken a decision that the strategy will be prevention is the future going forward. So we have invested a lot of energy in making sure that we empower our residents about the necessary skills to do as and when there's an emergencies in their area. So we starting to see some good results in terms of our investment in community empowerment. Since over the weekend we didn't really have much incidents which were reported throughout our all 7 regions of the city of Johannesburg. However, we still continuing as to do Zile to urge our residents to exercise caution as and when they're driving, make sure that their vehicles are in good condition, their tires, the windscreen wipers are working properly, and of course, most importantly, not to overspeed because we know that we have already lost a number of people, due to motor vehicle accidents since we started, this festive season. So that is our message. We will now and then be receiving some rainfall. So as and when people are driving while it's raining, they need to make sure that they extend the safe following distance and also try and avoid crossing those areas which might be flooded. And also we're happy that we didn't really receive any incidents in terms of our areas which are mostly in our low-lying areas, our residents in our mostly informal settlements who are residing next to the river streams. We encouraging them to look after the young ones. It's school holidays now, they are around, not to play next to the river stream so that we can be able to prevent drowning incidents. And of course, adults, as and when they're conducting their business, they need to make sure that they avoid crossing these river streams. So as a city, together with our colleagues from Johannesburg Metropolitan Police, this week we know that most of the people will be preparing themselves to go and get some fireworks and try to prepare themselves to celebrate the coming year. We have got a responsibility to ensure that our residents enjoy the New Year's Eve safely. So we will be starting with our bylaws enforcement operation on Wednesday, targeting, of course, the inner city. We know we've got the wholesalers who doesn't comply with our city's bylaws or fireworks regulations. Unfortunately, or those dealers or wholesalers will have to, who will be having excessive stock in terms of fireworks and also not storing them in a proper glass cabinets and also not having a fire service equipment. Unfortunately, we'll have to charge them, give them a fine, and also confiscate some of those goods. The reason is not to harass our residents out there, but to make sure that we ensure that people celebrate their New Year's Eve safely. So that is what we're going to be doing. They will be seeing more of us throughout this week, making sure that those who are not complying are complying, and unfortunately we'll have to issue those fines to make sure that there's compliance in terms of fire service regulations to do this.
Sure. Mr. Mulaudzi, you mentioned that you give residents tools on what to do when there is an emergency. Perhaps if you could just share with us as well in terms of what that empowerment entails. What are some of the tools that people need and what do they do when there's an emergency?
Okay, firstly, we're teaching them, our residents, about the importance of knowing the emergency number. Our emergency number, there's a toll-free number. There's also the emergency number, which is our local City of Johannesburg Emergency Services number, which is 011-3755-5911. And also we have given them necessary skills in terms of basic first aid, basic firefighting. We are not saying that as do Zile, they must be firefighters. No, we are giving them necessary skills to be able to deal with that smaller yana fire when it starts at home. When that primer stove catches fire, they will know exactly what to do. If somebody's bleeding at home, they will be able to know what is it that they can do. And also to evacuate if there's an emergency. We've got a specialized centers which are spread throughout the city of Johannesburg in all 7 regions of the city. These centers, our residents are encouraged to visit them every day from 8 o'clock in the morning up until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. These centers are specially designed to train our communities with these necessary skills which I'm talking about. Skills like CPR, first aid, basic firefighting, and so on. So residents are able to come to these areas. Those residents who are unable to come to these areas, our public education officials are able to come to areas where they are. It can be under a tree, it can be in a beer hall, it can be in a tavern, it can be in a community hall. So these officials come there, they are able to present this kind of programs to make sure that our residents are empowered with the necessary skills to deal with emergencies in their communities. So residents are able to contact us in our central reservation number, which is 011-758-5050. On that number, they are able to book, public education officials, which are these officials are spread in all 7 regions of the city in those Be Safe centers I've mentioned, where they are able to visit that specific area. It can be Deep Slot, Kaya Sand, Kliptown, or anywhere in the city of Johannesburg. These officials are able to go there, conduct this kind of training underneath a tree, so that they have got the necessary skills, including us to do zile. Those pastors or prophets, congregants who normally conduct these rituals by the rivers, also them, we have got some very good programs for them to make sure that as and when they go to these conducting these rituals, they're able to ensure safety measures. So they can also contact us on the very same number, so that we prevent incidents where they're taking people to rivers, they don't even know what is it that they can do, ensure safety measures. So we are not blaming anyone, we are not pointing anyone with a finger, but we are saying we are here as the fire service within the city of Johannesburg. We want to empower our residents to be able to deal with emergencies in their respective areas. Hence, we say prevention is the future. We cannot be measured as the fire service by the number of incidents which we respond to now in 2022, going into 2023. But we must be measured, as to do Zile, by the number of incidents which we're preventing. And so far, we're happy that our residents are listening to us. They are adhering to our calls. As and when we call on them to look after themselves, they are doing that. And from our side also, we'll make sure that we intensify this kind of program so that at the end of the day, we don't have, incidents which might occur throughout the city of Johannesburg this festive season.
Sure, that number 011-758-5050. The other number you mentioned, 011-375-5.
Yeah, 5. That one is a for public education program. There's 011-758-5050. That one is for public educational programs. If our residents want to invite us to come to where they are, they call us on that number. Now, the life-threatening, for life-threatening emergencies, they call us on 011-375-5911. 011-375-5911. That's the number where they call for us to be able to come if there's an emergency in the area where they are. We are not taking leave during this festive season. We are here. The main reason why we are not spending time with our families is to make sure that we ensure that they are also safe during this festive season. All our 30 fire stations throughout the city of Johannesburg are fully operational. We've got specialized teams which are on alert, like, for instance, the team which has been responding in the previous week, rescuing people who were stranded when we had floods. They are on high alert. So we're hoping that our residents will be able to work with us so that we can move into the new year without any incidents which might be occurring throughout all 7 regions of the city of Johannesburg.
Mr. Mulaudzi, sir, for sacrificing time with your families, to you and your team, we say thank you very much for the work that you do, and all the best for the new year. Thank you very much to Robert Mulaudzi. He speaks for
Thank you very much.
Johannesburg Emergency Services.